Hey there, everyone. My name is Ryan Schul. Welcome to my data science channel. And the project today, I want to focus on strategic initiative performance and risk prediction. Okay, we're going to use Python and we're going to use a Jupyter notebook to do all the analysis. So I have seven videos now on strategy. Just focus exclusively on strategy. How can you run your business better? How can you enhance? How can you improve? How can you do things better and execute better and get your deliverables done? That's what this whole analysis is about. This whole series is about strategy and improving the way that you manage your business. Okay, so today I want to focus on strategic initiatives and the performance, so we can predict whether or not a strategy initiative will be at risk of failing, right? Are you going to come up short? Or are you going to come up strong? Are you going to deliver? Or are you going to miss the target, right? That's what we're going to look at today. And we want to know, based on stakeholder engagement, budget utilization, resource availability, and there's always limitations for everything, right? Like time is limited. Your time is valuable. My time is valuable. Everything is valuable, right? And there's a budget for everything. There's not unlimited resources. There's limited resources on this planet Earth. You have to use what you're given and use it efficiently, right? So resource availability, execution, complexity, and strategic alignment with the business initiative, and how can you coalesce everything and bring it together and deliver what you have promised, right? So I'm going to create a synthetic data set that's actually just made up, but it's pretty realistic. I looked online. I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, so I just created it. But you can substitute your own data set if you have your own data. Like, I don't have your data. Obviously, I don't have your data. Thank you for that, and thank yourself for that too, because you don't want people executing based on your data. So I can make assumptions about what the data should be, and this should be pretty accurate. So we have department, strategy type, duration, how long is this project going to take, how long is it going to go on for, budget, use. Yeah, we have this stakeholder engagement, resources available, execution complexity, strategic alignment, and then is there going to be a risk flag, yes or no? So is this project potentially going to be at risk of not delivering, right? And you're going to come up short. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to do that. So you have to plan and anticipate what's going to happen in advance and then execute according to that, right? So we can analyze feature importance. So I have several videos on my channel about feature importance and about machine learning. Basically, all we're doing is taking all the independent variables, except for this, we're dropping an initiative ID and then risk flag, because honestly, like, ID has nothing to do with anything. It's an identifier. You can't do machine learning on an identifier. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And the risk flag is what we're trying to model, or what we're trying to prove, or what we're trying to project the outcome of. So we don't want to use that in the analysis, right? Because if we try to analyze the risk flag and we use that in the analysis, yeah, like 100% of the focus will be on the risk, right? You don't train the model on what you're trying to predict. That makes no sense whatsoever, right? The model is just going to learn and just make predictions based on what's learned, but you want it to understand the data and interpolate what's going on and then make a prediction. You don't want to have some kind of gimmick or some kind of like subtle, oh, here's the outcome and this is what you have to do. This is not reinforcement learning. That's a whole different technique, right? We want the machine to learn and to make predictions on data that it hasn't seen yet, right? And to generalize what the outcome should be. So that's what this is. So I'm going to do the feature importance exercise, run this, and we can see based on the risk flag. I've already coded the risk flag. You can see that over here. Is this project at risk or not? And like, what contributes to that risk? Execution complexity, strategic alignment, stakeholder engagement are the top three. Budget used percentage, right? Resource availability. These are the top five. These are the top 5 conditions or features that contribute to whether or not the project is at risk. So if you have very complex infrastructure, yeah, the project could be at risk, right? Strategic alignment. If you're not aligned, then yeah, your project is going to be at risk, right? Stakeholder engagement. If nobody is engaged, then your project is at risk, right? If they're engaged, they're not at risk. Budget use, did you spend more money? You get what you pay for, right? Like if you spend a lot of money, project probably is not risk. If you don't spend any money, yeah, it's a risk. Resource availability, if you don't allocate any resources, yes, it's a risk, right? These totally make sense to me. Duration month, the longer the duration, the more risk, right? If somebody tells me, yo, Ryan, you got 5 days to do something. I'm going to execute. I got 5 days and I'm going to take care of it and it's done, right? If it's like you got 12 months, take your time, do baby steps, just whatever you want. Maybe the project is going to get risk. I don't know. If I can do something in 12 days or 5 days, or 12 months, there's an old saying like, work aligns to the time allotted, or something like that. Like work aligns to the time allotted. Like if you give them more time, people will take more time. If you give them less time, they'll take less time. They'll just get it done, right? Like why would you spend 12 months to do something if you could do it in 1 week? It makes no sense. Or work expands to the time allotted. I'm sorry. Work expands to the time allotted. If you take 12 months to do something that could be done in 5 days, yeah, some person will take 12 months, right? Tell them to get it done in 5 days and get it done in 5 days. So these are the top contributing factors to your strategy going off the rails. Then your business is failing, and this initiative that you're trying to incorporate into the entity that you're working for, goes off the rails because it's too much time. You don't devote the resources. The budget is weak, right? Stakeholder engagement doesn't exist. Strategic alignment, there's no strategy, right? Like it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. Execution, complexity, too complicated, it's going to fail, right? If you align all these things, this is going to help your business to be successful. So let's look at the average success by department and strategy. So here we have the department, strategy type, and the budget used. So this is the budget over here. Okay, we can see the top one. So budget is being used, and these guys are doing cost cutting and innovation. Okay, I love innovation. I did innovation for 10 years on Wall Street. I like that kind of thing. Growth, cost cutting, again, different department, right? Sales, cost cutting, HR, growth. So you're growing business. Fundamentally, you're hiring new people. That's great. Okay, so this is moving in the right direction. So let's do a quick machine learning algorithm. This is a classification model, classification report, and random forest classifier. And we're training and testing the model. 83% precision, 100% recall, 91% F1 score. This is for the binary target that we set, right? Risk flag. This is the risk flag. That's what we're trying to predict. So for that, it's 100%. So perfect on time. This is 20%, a little bit low. We can work on that. We can work on that. And F1 score is a little bit low. You want these to be like at least 70%, 70, 80%. Higher is better. I have a whole bunch of videos on how to increase precision and recall for these types of things. I'm not going to get into it now. This video is about strategy. It's not about model improvement or model enhancement. Let's move on to SHAP. This is Shapely Additive Exploration. It explains how much of each feature contributes to the model's prediction. And this is how you break out the black box. This is how you explore the opportunities of what the model can do and how much importance each feature plays into what the model is doing in terms of predictions, right? And the color shows the feature, okay? So red is high and blue is low. And the position on the x-axis shows how much the feature pushes the prediction towards the outcome, right? So over to the right is more of a predictor, and over to the left is more of a predictor. So you can see there's kind of like a combination. It's kind of a clustering effect around the duration of the project, right? So again, red is high and blue is low. And the duration of the project matters a lot. Like if you have a short-term project, okay, this can go for, let's say, a month, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks sounds short, maybe 1 week. But 1 week will be a very small project, and you can get done in 1 week. And that's guaranteed to get over the goal line. You want to get the ball over the goal line. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to achieve. That's what you want to accomplish. If you have a 12-month project and there's dozens of people involved, are you going to accomplish your mission? Right? Is this mission impossible, or is this mission failure, or is this mission success, right? Like that's what you have to determine. The longer the project, the longer the duration, the more ambiguity there is, the more uncertainty there is, the more like variables come into play. You want to be careful of that, right? You want to have like a short-term project, very focused, very strategically innovated and executed, and the performance will be fantastic, right? That's going to be absolutely like um, absolutely done, right? This is going to get done, right? But the longer the duration, if you drag it on and on and on and on, I don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's going to be very uncertain. It's going to be very random, right? So let's look at one more example over here. Control Enter to refresh the view here. So we can see here the future importance based on the SHAP analysis that we just did. And again, SHAP like breaks apart the model and shows you all the infrastructure of the model. So why is this happening? Why is this other thing happening? Why is this other thing happening? So we have execution complexity, 12%, strategic alignment, 7%, and stakeholder value, 7%. So if I go up here, so execution complexity, they actually said 27%, strategic alignment, 14%, and stakeholder engagement, 12%. So you see the top three variables, but it's kind of dispersed a little bit different because it's a different type of analysis. It's a different methodology, different analysis, but you can see the outcome is the same. Execution complexity, strategic alignment, and stakeholder engagement is all the same. Okay, execution complexity, strategic alignment, and stakeholder engagement. And last one is department sales, and before that is strategy type innovation. Okay, so strategy type, so department sales, yes, that matches up. This one's a little bit different. Again, it's different analysis, different type of look and feel, different perspective on the problem. We're trying to solve the problem. How can we execute this strategic initiative that we need to do, and what's the chance of it failing, right? Like we want to know in advance before something happens what actually potentially could happen, right? That's why we do this analysis. So the overall projected risk probability for everything, this is comprehensively in the entire company, 24% risk probability. So somewhat low, but there's definitely some risk here. But what if we look at the risk by row, by line, by department, by individual, by strategy type, by duration of months, by budget, by stakeholder, by resource allocation, complexity of execution, strategic alignment, and risk flag. Now we can see the actual risk probability. This is 8% that this will not be executed, right? So that's pretty low. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about this one at all. That's 0%. Okay, that's going to get done. That's probably a short-term, easy deliverable. This is 8%, 25%, and this is 3%. So I'm just looking at the head. The head is the first 5 records by default. I can look at all these records. I'll show you real quick. DF. Okay, these are all the records. All right, so this one right here, I would probably reach out to the person, reach out to the team lead or something like, what's going on? Do you need help? How can I help you? How can I assist you? 91% chance of coming up short and being delayed on your deliverable. Like this one, that's probably okay. I'll leave it alone. That one's totally fine. This is totally fine. 0, so 0 risk. Okay, so we want to look at the risk. Some historically, like how long does it take to deliver, on your promises, and how can I help you? How can we collaborate and make everything better collectively, right? Like we want synergy, we want cooperation, we want collaboration. How can we do this collectively, and how can I help you? HEAD, I'm just put that back there. How can I help you to be a better version of yourself? And then over here we have predicted risk probability, very low, moderate, risk high, and action, monitor, keep an eye on it, review execution closely, and escalate, plan, or intervene. That's what I was just saying. So if something is at high risk, 91%, we just saw that one, right? 91% intervene, reach out to the person, contact the head of the department or the team lead or whatever it is, and talk to them like, what's going on? Like, I know maybe you're on track, maybe you're not on track. Let me figure it out. Let me help you. Let's work together. Let's operate, interact, collaborate, and get this over the goal line. Let's win a score. Let's get a score. Let's deliver this, right? Let's get this done. That's what strategy is all about. So this is strategic initiative performance and risk prediction and intervention too. Okay, so that's what this is about. So hopefully this was informative and and educational, maybe inspirational too. Somewhat, I hope so. I'm not sure how much inspiration I give to people, but I try to at least deliver the facts and deliver the truth. That's why the channel is called Straight Data Science. This is straight up truth, 100% truth. You look at the news, say a lot of it is fake. You look at what the president of the United States is doing now, and a lot of that is nonsense, right? But I try to give you straight data science, straight up truth, 100% guaranteed truth. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna share all the code with you guys. I'll post a video later today. Thanks for your time, and I will see you in the next one.